Before you continue, close your eyes for a moment. Inhale slowly through your nose. Exhale gently through your mouth. Feel the tension leaving your body. Feel your mind trying to find stillness. But what do you find instead? Noise. Endless thoughts pulling you in every direction, regret from the past, fear of the future, self-doubt whispering, "You're not enough." We all carry this invisible weight, negative thoughts that drain our peace and poison our spirit. They tell us stories that are not true, yet we believe them. Today we break that cycle. Today we learn not to escape the mind, but to master it. Because true freedom begins when you stop being a prisoner of your own thoughts. Before we begin, take a deep breath. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Feel the air move within you. Feel the presence of this very moment. Because before you can silence the chaos of your thoughts, you must first return home to yourself. Every human being suffers from something unseen. Not the wounds on the body, but the wounds of the mind. The endless cycle of thoughts that say, "I am not enough, I have failed, I will never be happy." These thoughts appear again and again, like waves crashing against the shore of your peace. They whisper doubts into your heart, steal your energy, and make you believe that life is nothing but struggle. But suffering from negative thoughts does not mean you are weak. It means you are human. The mind is a tool designed to think, to analyze, to question, to create scenarios. But the problem begins when the mind forgets its purpose and starts controlling you. Instead of being your servant, it becomes your master. It starts repeating painful memories, projecting fears into the future, and creating illusions that make you restless and afraid. You cannot stop the mind from thinking, but you can change how you relate to it. The first step to ending this suffering is awareness. Most people are not aware that their thoughts are not who they are. They hear the voice in their head and believe it to be truth. But tell me, if you can hear the voice inside your mind, then who is listening? Who is aware of the thought? That awareness, that silent observer, is your true self. The one who watches without judgment. The one who has always been there since the first moment you opened your eyes. Thoughts are like clouds passing through the sky. They come, they go, but the sky remains untouched. When you begin to see your thoughts as temporary visitors, you stop giving them power. You stop letting them define your identity. You begin to realize that peace is not lost. It is only covered by the noise of the mind. Negative thoughts feed on your attention. They grow stronger when you fight them, because even resistance gives them energy. So when they arise, do not fight them, do not argue with them. Simply observe them. Say to yourself, a thought has appeared. No judgment, no story, just awareness. See them as what they are, mental formations, not reality. When you learn to observe without attachment, you disarm the mind. The suffering begins to fade because suffering does not come from the thought itself. It comes from believing the thought is true. A thought like, "I'm worthless," is only words inside your head. It has no weight until you give it meaning. Once you stop identifying with it, the illusion breaks. And then you begin to experience freedom. Not freedom from thinking, but freedom from being controlled by thought. You become the master again, not the slave. The key is not to silence your mind, but to watch it without reacting, to see the movement of thought like watching the wind move through trees. Soon you realize that thoughts lose power when they are seen clearly. They are loud only when you are asleep to them. It is not the darkness that destroys a person, but their refusal to open their eyes within it. So open your eyes and watch the storm from the mountain top instead of being swept away in the valley. The second step is transformation. To stop suffering from negative thoughts, you must train the mind as you would train the body. Discipline, patience, and repetition, these are the foundations of mental strength. A thought repeated becomes a belief. A belief practiced becomes your reality. So if your mind is full of negativity, it simply means you have rehearsed pain for too long. You have practiced self-doubt until it became a habit. You have repeated fear until it became your truth. But remember this, what has been learned can be unlearned, and what has been shaped can be reshaped. The mind is like water. It takes the shape of the container you pour it into. Change the container and the water changes too. Each morning when you wake up, before you reach for your phone or step into your daily worries, take a moment to breathe deeply. Inhale awareness, exhale tension. Feel your body awaken and whisper to yourself, "Today I choose peace." You may not believe it in the beginning, but say it anyway. The mind learns through repetition, just like a muscle learns through training. Over time, those words will no longer be empty affirmations. They will become the vibration that shapes your day. When negative thoughts arise, and they will, do not panic. Do not fight them or try to silence them with force. Instead, be gentle but firm. Replace them consciously. If your mind says, "I can't," say softly, "I can." If it says, "I am not enough," say, "I am learning to become more." Transformation is not about forcing the mind to be positive all the time. It is about changing your relationship with negativity. A wise person does not fight darkness. They bring in light. In the same way, a trained mind does not resist negative thoughts. It transforms them. It understands that a thought is not an enemy, but a messenger. Sometimes your negative thinking is showing you where healing is needed, where old pain still lives, or where fear is hiding beneath the surface. So instead of running away, listen with compassion. Ask yourself, what is this thought trying to teach me? Maybe it's asking for forgiveness, maybe it's calling for courage. Either way, when you face it with awareness, it loses control over you. The ancient masters teach what you think, you become. If you think you are broken, you will live in pieces. If you think you are healing, you will rise whole. Your mind is a garden. What you water grows. If you feed it fear, it will bloom with anxiety. If you feed it peace, it will blossom with calmness. Negative thoughts lose their strength when you stop identifying with them. Your mind is a tool, not a master. When it serves you, use it. When it attacks you, observe it. When it wanders, guide it gently back to the present. Meditation, breathing, and mindful action are the ways you reclaim your control. Soon, you will realize that peace is not something you find after your thoughts are gone. Peace is the space between two thoughts, the silence that exists when you no longer react. That silence is your power. That stillness is your true nature. Stop running from your mind. Sit with it, listen to it, and teach it calmness. In the stillness of your being, the storm will quiet itself, and you will finally understand you were never the thought, you were always the awareness behind it.